Hey everybody, Rorree here. Welcome to my channel, the Totally Rorree channel. And definitely, you know that you can also find us at roseslavenderandsage.com. Okay. Please like, share, subscribe if you find the content that we have valuable. If you come to our community, the Sage Circle or Roses, Lavender, and Sage, you will find more of this type of content, but we can go a little bit deeper because it's a private platform. We work on a system that I developed some years ago called the Performance Enhancing Meditation System. And we will be launching a few things very soon. I did a great deal of writing recently, and I'm working on just tweaking the writing. So we're still working on it. We are so much smaller now, so it takes a little bit longer to get things out. So anyway, we are continuing with this 4 Agreement series. The 4 Agreements are written, it's a book written by Don Miguel Ruiz, and I found these reflection cards. And y'all know how I like little oracle cards and stuff and affirmations and stuff like that. I even produced my own deck. Is it over here? Yeah, in I think it was 2006, I produced a deck of affirmation cards, and I call them Prospermations, daily prospermations. I wish I had a deck of them down here. I don't know. I'm in my office. I don't know. It's probably a open set somewhere around here. But anyway, we will do some of those sometimes. If y'all been following me for a while, y'all know that I used to do one of my own cards in the mornings. And talk about whichever one I pulled for the day. But we are working on shadow work. We are working on becoming our best selves, tapping into our higher selves. So we are using these 4 Agreement reflection cards. And the card that I pulled for today is from the agreement, be impeccable with your word. This particular agreement is this reflection is speak with integrity. And it has a woman that's like speaking, and you see doves flying, you see these vines coming out from her mouth, like things are growing. Your words are impeccable. Your word is your wand. You can create, you can manifest, you can breathe life with your words. You can also breathe death with your words. So it's very important to be impeccable with them. It's very important to speak your truth, but also be impeccable. You know what I mean? Stand by your word. Do your best to always do your best. So let's see what this means. Let me show you the card. It also gives me a spiritual feel to it. Like sometimes when I see doves, I feel like a spirit feel, but this reminds me of the fact that your word is your wand and you breathe life into situations with your words. So let's see what the card says. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. That is so fantastic. Yes. Say only what you mean. That's why sometimes when people are upset in the heat of the moment, sometimes it's better to just take some deep breaths versus saying how you feel in that moment. Because in that moment, you might be feeling all out of sorts. You might be channeling the other person's feelings and thinking they're your own, or you're mixed up because you've got your feelings and their feelings all intertwined, and you don't even really know how you feel. Have you ever felt like that? Like, I know I'm not the only one that has felt sometimes like, I don't really know how I feel right now. I need to process this, you know? And sometimes it's not always right to just say what you feel, because you might end up saying things that you really didn't mean, you know? So I usually tell people to take a step back before you just open your mouth and react to a situation. Um, Sometimes I would just sit and be and process what just happened. hmm. I might write about it. I might write how I felt about the situation. I might just take a look and look at it from all perspectives, you know, look at it without these glasses on. I might put the other person's glasses on. Let me see if I can see through their glasses. What were they seeing? Hmm. Because it might not be what I was saying. Because we look through these spectacles differently. You know what I mean? So I might try to, just see. I feel like doing that sometimes has gotten me into situations where I'm too understanding. I think that's because sometimes when you are too understanding, then you could be kind of like a pushover, you know, like like you appear to be accepting of nonsense, things that you shouldn't be accepting of, but it's because you can understand. And just because I understand doesn't mean that you're off the hook for doing something that wasn't cool or something like that. But I might understand why you did that. I might understand why you responded in a certain way, because I stepped back outside of the situation and looked at the situation as a whole from different aspects, you know? So I still feel it's a good thing to do that, but it's not a good thing to brush everything under the rug as though it never happened, you know? So, anyway, so that's one thing. So, say what you mean. And just remember that sometimes saying what you mean, you may have to step back from the situation to really understand what it is you do mean before it comes out of your mouth. Okay. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself. I say this, I have been saying this for years, okay? Because it's been a long time since I have felt this way. I remember reading Florence Scovel Shinn's book, The Game of Life and How to Play It, like eons ago. I don't even know when I first read that book, because I read it a couple times. And it talks about your word being your wand, and as you sow, so shall you reap. And um so what you give out, you receive back, and things of that nature. And it talked about the words you say, even about yourself. Like, there's one young lady that I was working with, and she was sharing how her negative self-talk is horrible. When you're talking to yourself, when you hear stuff in your head or whatever, that the things that she hears in her head about herself are horrible. And it's like, wow, how do you get to that place, like, where everything, like, and then when she shares some of the stuff, it's like, whoa, like, I'm glad I don't think of myself like that, you know what I mean? but but you can speak, like people might say stuff like, I'm broke. You're claiming more of that. The more you speak about a thing, the more you think about a thing, speak about a thing, the more you bring about a thing. So people say, I work to pay bills. Um, um, I don't know. I just finished a session, and it was like really deep. So I'm not feeling like the examples are flowing tonight. But you just be careful of the things that you say about yourself, even the things you say about your children. You don't want to speak death upon a situation. I know in my book, I did a book called The Recipe for Prosperity. I wrote a book, and in the book, I do give examples. in one of the chapters on prosperity consciousness, on how we talk to ourselves, what our negative self-talk says, things that we say every day. And I talk about this in the workshops and courses that I have done over the past, I don't know how many years now, but things that we might say like, man, she gonna be the death of me, or stuff like that. Haven't you heard people say crazy stuff like that? Like, really? Or, man, I am dying. I used to say that all the time. Dying. Why would I say that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or you might say dying laughing or something like that. When I hear those things, even if they come out of my mouth, I might say cancel, 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 or redact, redact, redact. And then I'm gonna redact that and replace it with something better, because it's really, your words are so powerful, and some people's words are more powerful than others, and if you're speaking negatively about yourself or about somebody else, I mean, it's really not cool. You really have to pay attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth. You really do. And the thoughts in your head, if your thoughts are low vibrational thoughts, don't let it come out of your mouth. Because it's like, it's bad enough that it's a thought. Cancel, cancel, cancel that thought. Redact, redact, redact that thought, but to let the thought come out of your mouth, oh my stars. When I was coaching some people when I lived in Sacramento, and they would have to stop sometimes to rephrase what they wanted to say so that they weren't affirming something negative into their lives. So they would get to me to talk to me about a situation, for coaching, and I'd be looking at them. And they used to call me the hammer back then. So I guess they really paid attention to how they came when they had to talk about something, but they would really work on framing their words to produce the results that they desired. So even if they had to talk about a situation that might have been a low vibrational situation, they would really work on how they would speak. And it's interesting because, like, I know sometimes we all were working on it. We're all works in progress. I still work on that. I still, and I would be like, you know what, never mind. Because I don't even know how to say that without saying something negative. So never mind. Never mind. And that's what I would do. I'd be like, never mind. Because I'm just, I'm really serious about that. I know how powerful words are. So anyway, gossiping about others. Yeah. And that's not cool. Gossiping about people and stuff is really not cool because you're sending negative energy towards that person. And it's not cool. So gossiping about others is like, try to refrain from doing that, because what you sow, so shall you reap. So you put out negativity is going to come back to you. Okay. It might come back. You might put the negativity there. It may come back from here, but it's still going to come back. Okay. Even if you say sorry, you already put it out there. You might get a sorry back, but you also may get some of your like karma come right back to you. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Yes. Craft your words wisely. I like that. And I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. And I did say something that even if you say sorry, it's still going to come back to you. Look, I just feel like what you sow, so shall you reap. Okay. So you can apologize for something that you did, and, and hope that that was enough so that you don't reap what you sowed. Okay. But just be mindful of that when you do sow seeds. You sow negative seeds, you're going to get some negative seeds. You sow drama, you're going to get some drama. If you was always full of drama and now you change, and now all of a sudden you feel like drama is hitting you, well, maybe that's because you were always full of drama. If you treat your friends poorly and you wonder why all these things are happening to you, people are not treating you right, maybe it's because you don't treat people right. And maybe you don't even realize it. So maybe you need to check yourself before pointing the finger, talking about others, and all these things. So, anyway, I am going to leave it right there. I hope I gave you something to think about and to learn from. All right. Let's elevate, let's rise up, and I will see y'all in the next one. I am not going to do another one tonight because the session that I did prior was so emotional that this is going to be the last one for tonight. So I can raise my vibration and raise my frequency. But I'll see y'all the next time. Ashe, ashe, ashe.